Friday, October 6, 2012, 31 p.m. plus 0:100 at 12:30 p.m. I swallowed approximately 25.7 mg of a white powder received from a trusted source that is known to be 2Ce. I dissolved it in orange juice and drank it down. I am home alone today and do not expect any interruption until between 8 and 9 p.m. I woke up this morning feeling good about the world. By the time I was done with breakfast, I was improvising a little tune about how I'm in love with the world. So, it's a good day. My set is good. I'm in the house I share with my lover. It's a warm place for me and I feel wonderfully at ease in every room in the house. The only preconceived notions I have about this substance is what my source told me from her experience with it. She said it reminded her of mescaline, and that her experience was very internal. She said that if she had had any healing to do when having this experience, it would have been done. I have some healing to do. I have been recovering slowly from a bout with major depression that had me debilitated completely for 2 weeks and had been building for 6 months prior to that. It's been 4 or 5 months since that episode, and it does take a long time to explore the psychological forces that contribute to such a condition. I'm hoping this substance will be good for such exploration. Other medications that are in my system. I take 400 mg of an antidepressant called Surzone, nifazodone. Surzone is not an SSRI or a MAOI, but exists in a class of its own. A friend who researches such things says it's a 5-HT2 receptor blocker. It does have serotonin reuptake action, but also appears to block postsynaptic serotonin receptors. It is prescribed as a mild treatment for depression and anxiety. I take 200 mg in the AM and 200 mg in the PM. I have taken my AM dose today. I also took my once-daily dose of Wellbutrin, bupropion 150 mg daily, which is also to treat depression and is often used with Surzone. Aside from antidepressants, I took Allegra, fexofenadine hydrochloride, extra strength, a decongestant called Enamin, guaifenesin, phenylephrine, phenylpropanolamine. For breakfast I had a bowl of bran cereal with soy milk at around 10 a.m. Plus 11, it's 12:41 p.m. I feel that initial mild neck and head buzz that I always get shortly after taking any substance. I believe it's more of a psychologically triggered reaction of anticipation. But it is a feeling unique to taking a psychoactive substance. Plus 1:02 p.m. starting to feel the slightest alarms consisting of a noticeable change in my sense of balance. Time for a shower. Plus 1:08 p.m. There is no doubt that I am on the rise now. It feels a good bit like 2CB at this point. Plus 1:51 p.m. I feel quite a bit like I ate mushrooms or something. Similar visuals, body feeling, desire to lay down. Plus 2:06 p.m. It feels a lot like mushrooms but with a different taste. I find myself thinking about friendships a lot. I would also describe it as having a quality like black pepper, which is also how I have felt with Foxy. It's a buzzy burny feeling as if my main energy channels had a touch of heartburn. Not severe, but present. It's quite pleasant overall. Tortoise's album TNT is. I cannot think of a more perfect album for this mellow and thoughtful headspace. Plus 2:28 p.m. I've had 2 brief friendly phone calls, and both were fairly easy to navigate. Though, I still get a sense that this substance is still developing, or coming on. I'm basically very relaxed. I'm thinking a lot about how I treat people. My tendency to judge myself harshly on such fronts is relaxed, though I do still find myself feeling sorry. Very sorry for treating people, especially my sweetie, harshly in little ways. Little dismissals. Little digs. Little lashouts. This substance is good for digging in the dirt, as they say. I'm finding myself getting some of the work done that I wanted to do. It's happening very naturally. Plus 3:02 p.m. I've been stretching and I'm energized and half tempted now to go jogging. The day is nice for it. But for now, jogging in place will suffice. I feel as if I have emerged from what was the head trippy segment of this experience. I spent a lot of time curled in a ball on my bed feeling out events of my past, and trying to imprint some more positive approaches for my future. Now that I think about it, I could easily fall back into that fetal position and resume course, as it were. I have been, for the last few minutes, stretching and bouncing around. I feel good. I feel whole, in tune with my physical container. My body, plus 4:06 p.m. came back from short 15-minute walk and went right back into that headspace. Had some memory come up that caused me a big startle. I awoke out of whatever trance I was in with an exclamatory shout, disturbed, looked around, and then I could not remember what it was I had remembered that caused me a start. It seems as if the memory came up, was painful and was suppressed again immediately. This is the first time I've had such a close look at such processes as they happen. I can't for the life of me remember what it was, nor could I a second later, but I know it was something and it has a, on the tip of my tongue, quality to it. It was quite disturbing, but only in that moment. Once it was buried again, I retained only the memory of the intensity of being startled that way. It's intriguing. I hope I get to brush up against that memory again. I feel like I am off peak now. This is a pretty intense substance. I like it very much and would do it again. I have been getting a lot of work done today, I feel. So while I'm off peak now, I'm still very much still up. I feel happy and energized and like getting up and doing something. I often feel this way after the heaviness that the first few hours a mushroom trip has. Overall, I would say that this 2CE is comparable to mushrooms, in many ways. Plus 4:29, 4:59 p.m. I'm feeling tired. I was able to eat a PB&J sandwich, which eased some hunger. I've been able to do little more than lay down and listen to music since. I'm definitely feeling tired, and a bit more prone to thinking sad thoughts. I'm also feeling rather cold. Cold, sad and tired, huh? What a combo. It's not as bad as it sounds. It feels like a natural aftermath. But then again, laying down I can sink back into that headspace again. Plus 5:05, 5:35 p.m. I stood outside on the front porch watching the rain, which was sometimes torrential. I'm still feeling a tiredness. I'm still thinking about things and working through personal issues peacefully. I'm still definitely under this substance's influence. I still feel the body effects. My vision is still affected, though it's hard to describe exactly how. I can read decently well. I feel alert and mellow, not particularly energized, but not down or sad at all. Plus 7:54, 8:26 p.m. I'm not totally down, but mostly there. The downswing has been slow and gentle. My vision is still affected, but only subtly. It's been a potent day. Some final thoughts. I would definitely enjoy experiencing the effects of this substance again. The approximately 25 mg dose was very solid. I might push it a bit higher next time, but not too much. Maybe I would try 30 mg. I have not tried mescaline, but I have had some powerful mushroom experiences. I find similarities between the two. I felt very in touch with my thoughts and feelings, and able to examine and map some uncharted mental territory. I remember having some interesting closed-eye visuals now and then, while laying on the couch listening to music in the headphones. The visuals were not nearly the center of my experience, however. I found myself easily falling into an open relaxed state like that which hypnosis sessions have taken me to, and I value that more than visuals anyway. I experienced no real, ego loss in the bewildering and confusing way that LSD can cause me, but I found my inner dialogue absent when not directly interacting with certain memory emotional triggers. I would love to explore this substance more, less for the fun of it than for the reflective and open headspace it provided me.